My name is Ian Pasquini, still here with the Charlotte Museum of History, and we're looking around the Cohen-Fumero House. And I'm excited to be here with the actual first homeowner. So, who are you?
I'm Herb Cohen, and I built this house with Jose Fumero, who was my husband. And this is actually the 60th year anniversary for this house. We selected this area because Jose was a designer for Collins and Aikman Automotive Division in Albemarle, and this was a good part of Charlotte to live in, so we could get to Albemarle easily every day. And I worked at the museum, which was just 15 minutes away. We got together with a good friend of ours, Murray Whisnant, an architect at the time, whose children were our godchildren, and asked him if he would take on the project of designing the house for us. He was as you say, a mid-century modern. He was a graduate of NC State, the School of Architecture. We put down on a piece of paper the things that we needed in the house. We wanted 3 bedrooms and 2 baths and a good living, dining area that we could entertain in, and a good working kitchen. And we knew that Jose's parents were going to be living with us, so part of the space in the house had to be designed so that they could have a comfortable private area for themselves.
What does it mean to you? You know, it's been, I'm guessing, a pretty good while since you've actually been inside of this house. So, what does it mean to you, kind of, to come back here? Do you kind of like what you're seeing, or?
Oh, I think they've done a wonderful job refurbishing the house. Of course, most of the space is the same, with the exception of the kitchen area and the bathrooms. They've been redesigned, and of course the special materials that make up the ambience of the house, the wood walls, there's Philippine mahogany ribbon stripe, which is something we selected with Murray to give the house a warm feeling.
I also understand that you were an artist yourself. So I guess there's some history about the house. We've heard about a bunch of artists internationally kind of coming to here. So how did that kind of thing come apart? And I guess what I'd really like you to start with is what's your medium? You know, what kind of art do you work with?
Well, I'm a potter and a sculptor, and my medium is clay. And while we were here, just 2 years after we first built this house, we built the addition of a studio in which Jose could do his painting and weaving, and I made my pottery, and I had a kiln in the studio area, and we spent a great deal of time there, and invited lots of other artists to come and share their thoughts and ideas. There were times when we would have parties or get-togethers or Sunday brunch. Most of the time was the house was filled with people who were working in the creative areas of the arts in Charlotte. I remember one time when Jose was visited by someone from his New York firm. She was thinking, I have to go to the Sticks and spend the evening with these country people. And when she came here, that particular night, Richard Lippold was here. We were having a birthday party for him, who is an international sculptor who did a wall for NCNB in their original first tall building downtown. Charlene Swansea, or Murray Whisnant at the time, she came over with Kate Millett and her husband Fumio Yoshimura. And here were these people here who were internationally famous, and this woman came and was very, very surprised to see this happening in the sticks. We also, one time when we had the American Crafts Council Southeast Regional Conference at the museum, and we invited everyone to come here for picnic while they were here. Well, these were represented artists living in the 11 southeastern states of the United States, and the house was filled with we must have had about 70 people here that evening. You know.
So it seems like a great space for entertaining, and obviously you weren't shy about having guests. What are some of your favorite features that you're drawn to, and maybe that other people are drawn to inside of the home?
Of course, the studio was a favorite spot, but the living dining area, which was our most comfortable area, and the fact that we could hang different works of art and keep changing them on this wall, and our display area there was constantly being changed with different objects and things that we were given or traded for with other artists. And another great space was the outside. We had a wonderful garden. Jose's parents were great gardeners, and this occupied a good deal of their time, and we loved the plants and trees that we had, and being at the end of the street, it was always very quiet here, and it was very peaceful. And
unless you were throwing a massive party, right?
Yeah. Well, there were times when the doorbell would ring, and we'd come and go open it up, and here would be somebody saying, we were just passing by, so we thought we'd stop in. Well, you don't just pass by at a dead-end street. But anyway, we enjoyed the different company that we had, and Jose was a tremendous cook, and we made good use of the kitchen.
Well, Herb, I appreciate you talking to us. I think we're going to have one more segment where we'll all sit down together as the three of us and just kind of rap about the house, and you guys can talk about what you like. But I appreciate you speaking with us today.
Okay. Okay.